I didn't stop with the angry caveman marching until I practically kicked open my own bedroom door. That's where I stalled out. What the fuck was I supposed to do with him now? I'd been groomed my whole life to enter the Premani, an ancient group followed by immortal warriors. For the most part, there was no purpose, since the days of crusades and major hand-to-hand battles were over. But the study of all the immortal races was still important, and until recently, it had been my passion. Wouldn't it figure that as soon as I decided to withdraw from my training and pursue my mate, he'd have already fallen hard for someone else? But who was it? And should I cheat and kiss him? Laren was of the Rigolapis class of gargoyles. Years and years ago, they had been the ruler of all the gargoyles. I was from the Bellalapis class. We were their warriors, the protectors of the Rigolapis. All the hierarchy had been abandoned around the time I was born 100 years ago, but the evolution had already taken place long before then, differentiating the classes. Royals had never mated for love. Very rarely did they ever even find their mates. Royals had married other royals to keep the lines pure. Mate or not, their futures had been planned the moment they were born. Eventually, the Regalapis class lost the ability to even recognize their mate by scent. Only by taste could they recognize them. And that was still the case. I knew Laren was something special the moment I had laid eyes on him. I'd been standing by the castle entrance when an old car had pulled up and a giant bag came sailing out the back door. It had been odd enough to capture my attention, so I'd watched as the most beautiful, handsome, gorgeous being I'd ever seen in my life had climbed out of the back, spreading his arms wide and throwing his head back dramatically. "Freedom!" he'd yelled, making the familiar-looking man climbing out of the driver's seat roll his eyes. "Yes, because I've been such a restrictive parent. It's actually amazing you survived living with me all these 20 years, he'd said dryly, popping the trunk. "You are, you bridge troll. You made me sit in the back." He dramatically thrust his fist onto his hips, stepping forward, only to trip on the bag he'd thrown out onto the walkway moments before and had fallen flat on his face.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.